As Rishabh, Democrats have slammed U.S. strike on Venezuela. Kamala Harris has called out U.S. President Donald Trump, and she has said, and I quote, "Move does not make America safer or stronger." She's gone on to say that regime change, a war, lead to chaos. American people do not want this. American public opposes war. Tired of lies. So let me take you through what she has posted on social media. This is Kamala Harris, and she has said, and I quote, "Donald Trump's action in Venezuela do not make America safer, stronger, or more affordable. That Maduro is brutal, illegitimate dictator does not change the fact that this action was both unlawful and unwise. We've seen this movie before, wars for regime change or oil that is sold as strength, but turn into chaos, and American families pay the price. The American people do not want this. They are tired of being lied to. This is not about drugs or democracy. This is about oil and Donald Trump's desire to play the regional strongman. If he cared about either, he wouldn't pardon a convicted drug trafficker or sideline Venezuela's legitimate opposition while pursuing deal with Maduro's cronies. The president is putting troops at risk, spending billions destabilizing a region and offering no legal authority, no exit plan, no benefit at all at home. America needs leadership whose priorities are lowering a cost of working families, enforcing the rule of law, strengthening alliances, and most importantly, putting the American people first is a big charge that is coming from Kamala Harris. And she has in fact gone on to say that yes, it is accepted that he is a dictator who does not, in fact, the actions by Donald Trump are both unlawful and unwise, is a reaction that is coming. On that, let me bring in my colleague Srinjoy. Srinjoy, on one hand, in fact, Mamdani has called this an act of war. Kamala Harris has called the attack unlawful and unwise. So take us through how America and the political parties there have reacted to the attack by US and Donald Trump on Venezuela.
First of all, Kamala Harris has said that yes, Maduro is a dictator and so on, but her position is very nuanced. She is critical of the invasion. She is critical of the military action. She is critical of the political process because, number one, she says about Trump, you have put troops at risk. Yes, of course, there have been no casualties on the American side so far. We don't know what kind of casualties the Venezuelans have suffered, but you have put troops at risk. Two, she has raised the affordability issue, saying this does not help the American people because at this point, it's not about the American people. It's not about drugs, not even about drugs, but it's about oil. That is her second point. The third, and perhaps the most worrying, is the point she's made about an exit plan. Yes, you have done a regime change or a partial regime change, but is this going to be about nation building? Is this going to be another Iraq? Is this going to be another Afghanistan? These are questions that she has raised. And this point about exit plan is something that worries not just the Democrats, it worries Trump's own people. Because this business about nation building, well, Iraq was far away from America. Afghanistan even so. Yes, Venezuela is in the neighborhood, but it's another continent, even if it's close by. And is nation building an option? Is this something Americans want? These are questions that will come up now.
Kamala Harris has maintained that yes, Maduro is a dictator, but the act by the United States is unlawful and unwise. On the other hand, Mamdani has also called this an act of war. Stay on with us. In fact, we have a more breaking update coming in. More visuals have emerged as far as Maduro is concerned. There on the screen, you can see how he was brought in at the New York airport, and those are the visuals which were captured there. at the airport, and they are there on the screen. And in these visuals, wife of Maduro could also be seen, in fact, along with him. There on the screen, you can see the wife in the green clothes and Maduro in the black ones. And later, we also showed you the visuals of Maduro, in fact, showing a thumbs up. He was handcuffed and brought in the United States, is what we are learning. For more on